Hello everybody, welcome to That's Football. I'm Goldbrdge, and I tell you what, in a time when football seems to lurch from one unbelievable event to another, this takes the absolute biscuit. Michael Oliver will referee Manchester City's game against Bournemouth on Saturday. I mean, the fact that it's Man City makes it even more incredible. But this is a guy who has been absolutely universally panned for getting involved in something he didn't need to on Sunday and arguably making one of the worst VAR decisions in its history, who is then rewarded with refereeing the team that he's got a massive list of decisions against him that look very, very odd, let's just say. And this, to me, has to be called out because nothing will be done. Football fans fund this great game and we are being absolutely taken the piss off by the people in power. I mean, Howard Webb and the PGMOL, I mean, what are we doing here? It's like he thinks he's Vince McMahon. I mean, I half expect him to walk out with the silly walk and he likes the bad attention. I think football is descending into what I used to love in the early 90s, which was wrestling. You know, where you've got pantomime villains and drama and injustice. This is meant to be credible football. And it's absolutely incredible. How the hell is this allowed to happen? And where is the accountability? I mean, who controls the PGMOL? Like, who controls the Premier League? This is absolutely disgraceful. The guy completely and utterly made a mockery of your own rules, and you don't even punish him. You reward him with his favourite bloody team by the looks of it. I mean, it's just absolutely incredible. And can I just remind you that this football that we have in this country at the moment is probably at its lowest ever ebb, in the sense that there is so much lack of integrity in football at the moment. We've got the best team in the country for the last few years currently in a court case that if they lose it will absolutely make a mockery of the last 10 years of the actual competition. We've got officiating that is just massively confusing. We've got footballers who earn ridiculous money and act like mates off the pitch and on the pitch. Like, from where football was and where the Premier League was in its heyday in the late 90s and early noughties to where it is today, it is a fallen idol. But there is so much that could be done better if you just had competent people in charge. And look, I'm not joking. Everywhere you look for the last 3 days, it's been universally ridiculed and slated what Michael Oliver did in that West Ham game. And look, Eric Ten Hag's been sacked. Man United lost the game. That's not what we're talking about here. That's irrelevant. Like, in some ways, as a Man United fan, you'd say, we probably needed the change. So the decision probably hastened that. But as a core fundamental footballing decision, he goes and sticks his nose in as a VAR official into something that he didn't need to do for not the first time. And Howard Webb goes, you can have the Man City game at the weekend. I've seen referees get demoted to the Championship for very, very little. But Michael Oliver, who is held up as the best referee in this country with Anthony Taylor, that conversation needs to be had. Whose judgment is that? Whose judgment call is that? He's not the best referee in England. He's not even in the top 10. He's a very, very bad referee with an ego that's out of control. And he should be kicked out of the Premier League for a very, very long time. There should be a petition if he's refereeing your game. If you're a Bournemouth fan, I wouldn't want him anywhere near it. And the sad thing is he'll keep doing it. He'll keep ruining games of football for football clubs and football fans. And Howard Webb and the PGMOL are an absolute unaccountable dictatorship destroying this football that we love. Absolutely disgusting decision that somebody makes. A self-initiated, not a mistake, a self-initiated shit decision and is allowed to get away with it with no accountability. It's absolutely disgusting. There are so many millions of people that are affected by these decisions. There is so much money going into the game and these decisions are in no other organisation would that level of incompetence be allowed. We are basically one of the biggest tournament competitions viewed things in the world with so much focus on it being dictated to by a handful of absolute morons who survive on mate rates. It's a dictatorship of nepotism. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting that somebody can do that in a Premier League football game, receive no punishment, and be allowed to go and referee another one. And you think he's going to get any better? He'll be sat there with his ego unchecked, going, well, I haven't done anything wrong. I'm untouchable. He's untouchable. And Howard Webb is untouchable. And these referees are untouchable. How the hell have we gone from last season, one of the worst refereed Premier League seasons in history, to the same again? Because there's no accountability. For the love of God, can somebody start regulating it and sacking people from that organisation? Can we actually start reviewing it? Because what you've got at the moment is this collection of mates rates who've got no accountability, who can just keep making mistake after mistake after mistake, and nothing ever happens. And it's not the first time as well. Like, Michael Oliver last season was the referee when Romero hailed a taxi and blocked Garnacho's shot and he didn't give a penalty. Michael Oliver was the referee in the Manchester derby when a penalty wasn't given for a soft touch on Rodri, and he decided, yeah, we need to have a look at that. He's also the same referee that didn't think it was a foul on McAllister when Doku kicked him in the chest in the last minute at Anfield when it was Man City against Liverpool, but thinks a collision between De Ligt and Ings is one. Kovacic, red cards, offside for Fulham. The list goes on with this referee. And yet there is zero. I'm absolutely disgusted, not surprised, and really sad that they've done absolutely nothing to react to something that everybody knows was an absolute disgrace on Sunday. And what has Howard Webb and his organisation decided to do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. In fact, not nothing. We will give it. I would argue, actually, are they actually taking the piss? Are they actually saying, we're in charge here, screw you lot, screw the media, screw the fans, screw the clubs. Not only are we not going to do anything, we're going to give him Man City because you all think he gives decisions to Man City. I mean, actually, I'm only just thinking about this now. They're actually playing us, aren't they? They're actually doing it on purpose. They're actually so powerful, they're taking the piss out of us. Not only do we know he's messed up, and not only are we not going to punish him, we're going to give him the Man City game because we know all you lot think he gives Man City decisions. I mean, that's how powerful these people are. Not only are they not going to punish him, they're going to give him the Man City game when everybody knows he's got a list as long as your arm for doing decisions for Man City. And I will just clarify as well, because the PGMOL are very good at monitoring people and trying to get them done for slander. I am not in any way saying that Michael Oliver is corrupt. I am saying he's useless. There's a big difference between being corrupt, dodgy, and useless. He's useless. He's useless. He's useless. I also think, as well, he does things to piss people off. And I think that's why certain clubs don't get many bad decisions and certain clubs do. Because I think he's got an ego that's out of control. And somebody who's not very good at their job but has an ego is a very dangerous thing. And that is why the Premier League at the moment remains an absolute farce when it comes to officiating. And unfortunately, nobody will do anything about it. They're laughing at us. They're taking the piss. How can you make one of the worst decisions we've seen in years and then not be punished and be given the Man City game? Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. But, you know, that's football these days. Apparently it's the best league in the world, run by clowns.